including crop productions, beekeeping, horticulture, sheep and goat farming, poultry and rabbit farming. And the last on my list is basic digital literacy, IT and robotics. Okay, over to you, Barrister.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. You know, even though things are hard, we encourage people to go for a skill. There is no skill that is wasted. So, and then we are in a generation that we are lucky, so to say, because you can make it with any form of skilling. This is our generation now. I have seen skills or vocations that were hitherto considered for low men. We have seen them in this generation succeeding. So as long as our generation is concerned, there is no skill that is waste, and then there is no vocation that is low. You can succeed as long as you up your game, you develop yourself, you improve yourself. So we are calling on people to take advantage of that opportunity, particularly those who doesn't have what to do for now. We cannot just fold our arms and just keep on blaming this and blaming that. We have to take up our responsibility and see what the future holds for us. So be that as it may, I just want to use this opportunity to also highlight some of the headlines. Super Eagles Libyan horror show, highest authority ordered diversion of flight. Nigerian foreign reserve rose to 39 billion USD in October, said Cardoso. Nigerian 121 trillion debt worrisome. Shetima visits Shell stand at 20th Nigerian Economic Summit in Abuja. Naira among the worst performing currencies in Africa. Electricity tariff. No manufacturer can survive 200% hike. Man. Nigerian oil exploration drop 6.7 due to limited investment. Inflation rate, reserves decline, rises to 32.7%. PDP will take over state Damagun Adeleke orders concerning Ondo governorship election. Nigeria foreign reserve rose to 39. Okay, so could be from the highlight you see. Most of the content that dominates our headlines in Nigeria now is mostly economy and insecurity. It's quite
Hardly
unfortunate.
do you have that of politics.
Yes, now people are talking less of politics, except for some people who are doing some states that are into off-season elections, like we just had in Kogi recently, and then also local government elections, just like we had in Plateau State recently. So you can see that it's actually necessary that we should go back to governance. That is the only thing that will help this country to grow. It's all about governance. Even the people that have been elected in this last local government election, it's necessary for them to focus and go back to governance. Of course, there are a lot of cases, you know, on the side of the APC, they said by their press conference, the APC chairman of Plateau State, Honorable Rufus Bature, stated that the APC will be going to court and challenge some of the outcome of the election. I pointed out here that unfortunately, Plasek wasted an opportunity to rewrite history. It is a golden opportunity actually wasted by Plasek, and it's quite unfortunate that we thought the Plasek under Shishak would change the narrative of the past. You know, we know what has been happening in the past in previous regime. You know, with the assurances and with the innovation that Plasek introduced into the election, we thought they are trying to change the narrative. But unfortunately, we have returned back to the trenches. just like it used to be. It is quite unfortunate for Plateau State. Where I thought Plateau State will be a leading example, not to copy other states and set up an example, you know. And interestingly, there are many people that have undermined the APC and other opposition political party in the Plateau State. But with this outcome of this election, have really shown that yes, the APC have its presence. They still have their presence in Plateau State. And then the second factor that also played out in the election is that most of the political even the local ruling party, I call the PDP the local ruling party because they are the ruling party in Plateau State. But as long as national politics is concerned, they are the opposition party. So the local ruling party, which is the PDP, they also did not entrench internal democracy in some areas, and that's why they find it very difficult to conduct a transparent, the free and fair and transparent election. And you know, it is a game of it is not all about blame game. I pointed out that the yardstick that we are using to X-ray the election or to mark APC is a mark. Sorry, I said APC. To mark PLASEC is the marking scheme they set up by themselves. And unfortunately, if you mark them by the standards, by the marking scheme they set up by themselves, it's just a fail. You know, so many, you know, this, you know, let me just highlight some things before we also look at other issues. They assured Plateaunians and stakeholders and other political actors that they are going to start the election on time, and there are other indices and preparation top gears that the election is going to commence on time. They failed on that one. The second, they attempted to use the beavers. They couldn't use beavers because INEC have not given, they said by policy and for security reason, INEC does not release beavers to other organizations. As a result, they improvise for voters verification system, VAS, which also, yes, and then that system also failed. Another area of failure is that they assured citizens that they are going to announce results at polling unit, which they equally fail. And in so many polling units across the state, they couldn't even take the results of the polling unit to those individual polling units. That's also another gross failure. A polling unit result is a sensitive material, and it is also a very material evidence in proving whether an election was actually conducted in that place or not, and then also whether the election is actually rigged or not. If you want to establish, you will need a polling unit. Polling unit result is very material, and in so many polling units, there were not polling unit result. Another marking scheme they set for themselves, they said they would train the ad hoc staff effectively, which they failed to do so, because as at the day of the election, many of the ad hoc staff couldn't even operate the VAS, and then so many of them were even struggling. It took some of them hours to even locate their polling units, which shows poor and deplorable state of preparation, which is very unfortunate for some of. So you see that it is on and on and on. You know, all the marking scheme that PLASEC set up for themselves, they fail. And you could see videos also where people took results to individual to coalition centers, and then unfortunately there is no any coalition official to receive those results. So how do you get the result you announce? So it is quite unfortunate that most of the SEC of of the states are misbehaving and are not. Their attitude is destroying the core values of democracy, and then instead of them to be a very solid democratic institution, they have become enemies of democracy across the whole state of the federation. You can see the result in Bauchi, you can see the result in Rivers, you can see the result. You know, it's just a sham. It's just, everything is just a sham. So, and then, you know, you can, this bring us to where and why people are insisting that we should change the federal government should establish, or INEC should start conducting those elections. INEC also is not clean in itself. We have seen a situation where court decision indicts INEC. We have also seen visible and video evidence where INEC has been indicted. We also see that the integrity of INEC was also dented in the 2023 election, general election.
Okay.
So it's not as if INEC also is a perfect agency. So, but people are saying that INEC is a better devil than the PLASEC and other state sectors.
Barrister.
Yes.
Okay, some people are of the opinion that recent, past governments, we had situations where elections were still ongoing, and then yet you have results being announced. But has there been any of such at the recent local government elections in Plateau State this time?
Yes, the same thing played out in Kanam. The same thing played out in places like Panshin, Kwampan. So, a lot of things played out like that. So, these are, it's not about when you announce the results, but which result did you announce? Does the announcement reflect what the wishes of the people and what actually transpired? These are some of the things. What we are saying is that the same politicians that are that they are direct beneficiaries of democracy are the one also eroding and destroying the core values of democracy. And once we keep on destroying the core values of democracy, we are destroying democracy by ourselves, and then later on we will have ourselves to be blamed also. You can see that the entire institution of democracy is gradually being destroyed. I was listening to a keynote address by Zainab Bulkachua. She stated that the only salvaging institution of democracy then was the judiciary. She said, but unfortunately now, the politicians have also hijacked the judiciary. So now, when it comes to the judiciary, is one of the institutions that's supposed to protect the core values of democracy. Obviously, the judiciary has also been hijacked. Okay. INEC are supposed to be a core institute that will promote democracy. INEC is also having its issue. If you also look at PLASEC, there's various state sects, you will realize that also they also have their own issues in terms of promoting, protecting, and enhancing democracy. So you can see that with all these issues at stake, frankly, our democracy in Nigeria is in trouble. And once a leader did not emerge by the opinion of majority, that is where you will see leaders misbehave. They do what they feel. They don't care about what the people say. Because as long as they are concerned, it's like they are saying, your vote doesn't even count. Your vote is immaterial. Your vote is inconsequential. Your opinion is inconsequential. So you can see, if we did not protect the core values of democracy, there will be a problem. There will be chaos, there will be rancor, and there will be anarchy. And this is where we don't want the country to arrive at. And our politicians must look at themselves and tell themselves the truth, that power shouldn't be, if not me, let the worst happen. It should be, before you go into a contest, you should go objectively and say, if I'm not winning, there should be fair play. But I'm telling you, we are losing a lot of core values of democracy.
Barrister, I'm sure you must have listened to the chairman of the PLASEC and his submissions, even during and after the elections. You would understand that he believes, he admitted to the fact that the efforts they made, the VVS and whatever things they tried, and then the delay arrival of sensitive and non-sensitive materials at various polling units, he admitted to all of this. And he's, of course, and his team, he made it open that they are ready to have criticisms to come. This is because there is room for improvement. Was there any like to have the PLASEC admitting to some of these things, except now? What do you think about this?
It is quite unfortunate. It's extremely difficult to believe that the PLASEC is sincere about about saying that, criticism is an essential element of democracy. It's a constitutional right of citizens. Without criticism, democracy will not be there. So criticism is not a privilege; it's a right under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. So the fact that they welcome criticism, they don't have option. They must hear criticism. They must accept criticism, even though, just like I said, there are institutions that are supposed to promote the core value of democracy. Unfortunately, most of those institutions are failing. Which, if we continue like that, I wonder where our democracy will take us. You know, we keep on saying Nigeria is democracy, is nascent democracy, but it appears it's no longer a nascent democracy. It's a dwarf kind of democracy. It refuses to grow. You know, for the past since 1999, we've been hearing this statement that Nigeria's democracy is a nascent democracy. But you know, and then we keep on going to back to progressing in the reversal, like Bishop Kuka will always say. So it is quite unfortunate. So for PLASEC, it is very difficult for people to believe that they are accepting criticism with the assurances they issued, with all the stakeholders meetings, and then with the promises they made. In fact, I highlighted some of them, not even all. I was struggling with time. I would have highlighted all the promises they made, and they failed in virtually all. If I will mark them, I will mark them F9. So you can see how terrible it is, you know, that if we continue like that and then we expect our democracy to grow, it cannot grow. And then interestingly also, I just mentioned some institutions that are supposed to be in the promotion of democracy. I forgot to mention political parties. Political parties are critical actors also in the promotion of democracy. But unfortunately, most of the political parties, you hardly see them entrenching even internal democracy. In fact, one of the major reasons that PDP suffered fear in this election and led them to do the sham they did in the name of election is because in some local government they did not even entrench internal democracy. Candidates were superimposed on this thing. And if you look at it the other way, the opposition APC, the SDP, the Labour Party, they didn't superimpose candidates. They did a kind of an open primaries, and candidates emerged winners. And they became very strong, viable, and formidable because most of the primaries was transparent. And that was what sent fears into the spines and nerves of the PDP.
Okay, how I wish time permits, but then it's time for a break now, dear listener and viewer. We'll go for a break. When we come back, I'll be leaving you in the hands of Aremu and Sadiq for Unity Train Sports Wave. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It a kill law, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Unity TV.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Hello, viewer.
Unity. Unity TV.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again.
Thank you so much, and a very beautiful morning to you out there in the city of Jos. Of course, it's another edition of Sportswave on Unity 93.3 FM, another edition of Sportswave on Unity Train. Yes, my name is Oluwafemi Aremu, and of course it's going to be a brand new edition this week. Well, we have a lot of interesting stories to talk about, a lot of pressing issues to talk about, but of course, just so you know, dear listener, it's a wonderful edition, and of course we're also streaming live on Facebook, Unity Radio FM TV Jos. Of course, you can do well and head over to our social media and follow us. Join us while we are streaming live. Of course, just like I said earlier, it's Sportswave on Unity Train. Of course, my name is Oluwafemi Aremu, and this morning we have some pressing issues to talk about. Of course, starting from the Super Eagles. That has to do with the saga, the drama in which we've been experiencing. Of course, lately we've seen the game between Super Eagles of Nigeria and Libya. That game was postponed due to the delay in which happened over there in Libya. I mean, the Super Eagles of Nigeria were held hostage, as we might want to put it. They were held hostage by the Libya Federation there in Libya. Of course, we have
that story also. Also in MPFL, we have some interesting matches to watch out for this weekend, or rather this midweek. Of course, tomorrow Plateau United will be in action. They will be taking on Remo Stars, of course, the current table toppers in the league. Definitely is going to be a big one to watch out for. Of course, I'll open the studio line shortly so that I'll hear your contribution concerning what is happening. Of course, that has to do with the Super Eagles. Of course, what do you think the CAF, which punishment should the CAF in there? Of course, currently investigation is going on. Of course, CAF has opened investigation in order to know who is at fault. That is between the LFF, that is Libya Football Federation, or the NFF, that is the Nigeria Football Federation. I will also give you more details on that so that you will know what is currently happening between what happened during the course of the weekend between these three great institutions, that is the LFF, NFF, and of course CAF. CAF has currently said that this the game has been postponed. The game was supposed to be played yesterday, but of course it was not played due to some logistics issue there. But well, quickly let's look at the stories we have before we start with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, just like I said, it's going to be MPFL match week 7. That is going to be the midweek fixtures. We should be expecting some interesting fixtures between the sides in the MPFL. Let me quickly run through the fixtures before we talk about the Super Eagles. Of course, today in the MPFL we have Lobby Stars versus Economy Warriors. That game is going to be by 2 o'clock, and then we'll see Enugu Rangers versus Kano Pillars. That one is going to be by 3 o'clock also, and then Enyimba will be in action versus Niger Tornadoes. That one is by 4 o'clock, while Nasarawa United will take on Abia Warriors, and Kwara United will welcome Sunshine Stars. Also in the MPFL tomorrow, we'll see Bender Insurance versus Bayelsa United. Atland of Owerri will take on Ikorodu City. And of course, Plateau United will welcome the Remo Stars by 4 o'clock. And Castina United will also welcome Akwai United by 4 o'clock. And Rivers United to welcome Shooting Stars by 4 o'clock. Yes, tomorrow at the New Jos Stadium, Zaria Road, you definitely we not want to miss out on this. Plateau United versus Remo Stars is going to be a big one to watch out for between both sides. Well, for Remo Stars, currently they are really playing well. Of course, currently on top of the log. I mean, these boys are really doing well, getting points away from home. Also, for United, they've not been doing bad, of course, but I think this is not the right time to face these certain Remo Stars. Well, tomorrow we'll see what is going to happen at the New Jos Stadium by 4 o'clock. Do ensure to be there and enjoy some interesting action over there at the New Jos Stadium. Well, quickly leaving there, let's talk about the Super Eagles. Of course, what is currently happening with the Super Eagles. Let's give you everything you need to know, and so that you'll be able to you'll be updated with everything happening currently in Nigeria, and that has to do with Super Eagles. Well, on Sunday, the Super Eagles of Nigeria departed Uyo. That is, they went to. They departed Uyo for their second leg game against Libya, and of course, getting to the airport, they get into the airport there, or before they get to the airport, of course, their pilot was notified by that they were supposed to land in Benghazi, that is over there in Libya, but before they land, their pilot was informed that the airport has been changed, that is, the location has been changed for him to land, and of course he complained, but still there were informations that that is coming from higher authorities for him not to land where he was supposed to land. And of course, they landed in a local airport. Yes, that was the report we got. They landed in a local airport where there was no food, there was no water, there was no provision for food, water, and even poor internet for these guys. So it tells you what these players faced, or they faced a lot during that time. And then they were left at the airport for more than 16 hours, more than 18 hours at the airport without no attention from the NFF. That the LFF, that is the Libya Football Federation, nobody to attend to them. And of course, these players, they really complained. If they were not alone, they were with the NFF president and some high dignitaries in the NFF, which tells you that the Libya Federation claimed that when they were in Nigeria, they experienced the same thing. And of course, NFF came out to debunk such news, that what really happened between them was that they were supposed to land in Uyo but they did not inform NFF that they did not ask NFF that this is where should they land. And of course, they landed in Port Harcourt instead of Uyo for the game. And then NFF, having known about that, they made provision for them to be able to move over to Uyo by flight, but they refused to pay the extra charges in which was agreed between NFF and the company to fly them over to Uyo, and then instead they said they will go by road. And of course, they also refused to make use of the transportation in which NFF provided for them. They decided to hire their own, and of course they went by road. The NFF also warned them not to go by road, that's not to go in the night, but they refused, and then they travel in the night to Uyo, and of course they arrive at Uyo. They also refused to use the hotel in which NFF rents for them. They refused to use that. They also go on their own to secure their own hotel, which is really something interesting. But as NFF provided everything, virtually everything for them, because after the match they even trained for a day at Uyo before heading over to Libya. That is to tell you that the confidence was there, the provision was there, and everything was there. But reverse is the case. When we traveled to Libya, we were not opportune. We were not given such privilege, as you might want to put it. Of course, it is really barbaric, as you might want to put it. The players were left they were left at the airport for more than 18 hours, and of course this triggered a lot of anger issues. The captain of the side, that is William Trusekon, posted that the players will not be able to go on and continue with the fixture because, of course, they've not eaten, and then they've not rested. They've not, due to fatigue, they will not be able to go on and play the match. And NFF also came out with some 20 points to explain what's really happened between them and Libya. Of course, that was a really interesting one. And of course, for NFF and the CAF and LFF, of course, currently investigation is already going on, and of course it's going to be a big one. Investigation is already going on. The game was delisted yesterday. It was not listed amongst game that was supposed to take place. So for NFF and LFF, they are currently going to be investigated by CAF in order for them to know who is at fault. And then obviously we all know that it is this Libya Federation. They are the one at fault, and we hope that CAF will do the needful in order for them to get to hand over the rightful punishment to this organization. Of course, currently Nigeria is still top of the log in that group, of course, with 7 points. And you look at the Benin Republic, they are also following Nigeria with 6 points. Yes, and of course, so it tells you that with a game left in hand, Nigeria is still top of the group. So we are still having everything. We still have everything in order for us to make it to the next stage, to make it to AFCON. Yes, quickly I will open the studio line so that you will give me your contribution. What do you think is going to, or rather, what do you think should be what your take concerning the CAF drama, and of course the Super Eagles of Nigeria being held hostage in Libya, and of course not without any food, without any water, and of course with poor internet. This is not the first time. Just so you know, this is not the first time Libya has been doing such. Of course, our various clubs here have experiences. That is talking about the likes of Enyimba, the likes of Rivers United, all these players, all these clubs, rather, they have experienced it. But this time around, I mean, they are doing it at a very wrong time, as you might want to put it, because they are doing it at a time in which a lot of fans are currently behind the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So definitely they will have to face the route of what they've done. We expect it to be something really interesting. But CAF need to take action as quickly as possible, so that they will know, so that we will know what is next. We will know what probably if it's going to be a point deduction or probably a suspension, they need to take action quickly so that the Super Eagles will know what to do. Of course, Libya, they definitely know that they are going to face the wrath of what they've done. Yes, 07032353315. That's the studio line to join the conversation. 07032353315. I call it again, short 07032353315. Yes, leaving there quickly, let's look at some stories also as we have them this morning. Also yesterday in Europe we saw some interesting fixtures. Of course, it's international break, just like it's international break, and of course we've seen some interesting round of matches in the UEFA Nations League, and of course it has been really interesting. But before we talk about that, let's look at the MPFL table. Of course, that is the standing currently, and give you everything you need to know about the standing. Let's hear this caller out. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, welcome to the show.
Hello,
I'm fine, how are you doing? What's your name and where are you calling from? Good to have you on the show this morning, Adeomi.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
People when they get to Nigeria and they get Nigeria started after Nigeria asked them if they were because they were to land at Suna and they went to Tafe. The Nigeria fought at first.
No.
When they got the start of Nigeria to keep going to what did they want Nigeria to do? And the worst thing that they did now was just to ensure that the Nigerian players were standing. I think the best thing to do, not to win or come, is either you want to work over for them, or they have to do a extra gap, even if the match is played. So, honestly, they need to be playing. Because we know for Nigerians that they are going to be nothing players sitting on the players floor. They are sitting anything happening to them. They didn't even was the thought of this thing. So that this is not very significant. Yes, it is possible. We can call ourselves one Africa, and we what are we doing to ourselves as Africans? That thing was very dirty, and at least just to let however countries are not different, they will really be back. They will be of Uganda. So I listen to this guy.
All right. Thank you so much, Deomi, for that wonderful contribution. Yes, 07032353315. That is the studio line to join the conversation this morning. Yes, just like I was saying, the MPFL currently Remo Stars are on top of the log with 15 points, and of course followed by Rivers United with 14 points, and of course Enyimba of Aba are third on the log with 13 points, while Sunshine Stars are fourth on the log with 10 points, while Enugu Rangers are also fifth on the log with 10 points, and of course Niger Tornadoes are sixth on the log with 9 points. Plateau United are currently seated seventh on the log with just 8 points, while Katsina United has 8 on the log with 8 points. Also, Abia Warriors are 9th on the log with 8 points, and Economy Warriors are 10th on the log with 7 points, same as Kano Pillars who are 11th on the log, while 12th on the log has to be Shooting Stars with 6 points. Nasarawa United are 13th on the log with 6 points. Also, Bender Insurance and Baisa United are 14th and 15th on the log respectively with 6 points, while we have Akwai United and Akwai United, Kwara United and Atland of Owerri are all seated on 16th to 18th position respectively with 5 points each, and of course Lobby Stars are also 19th on the log with 5 points, while Ikorodu City are currently seated 20th on the log with just 4 points. Yes, it's a lot of interesting one there in the MPFL. Of course, Remo Stars will be they'll be taking on Plateau United at the New Jos Stadium tomorrow. Of course, they're already in Jos, and of course we expect it to be a really interesting, a mouth-watering fixture between both sides. Of course, it's going to be a really interesting one to watch us for. So be there at the New Jos Stadium tomorrow, Zaria Road, and experience some interesting football between Remo Stars and Plateau United. That one is going to be by 4 o'clock. Yes, leaving there quickly, let's talk about the UEFA Nations League, as of course it's already international break. Has already come to an end, and of course yesterday we saw some interesting fixtures whereby we saw Portugal in action. They were able to that one ended in a goalless draw between Portugal and Scotland, of course. And also we saw Poland versus Croatia in a 3-3 draw. That was a 6-goal thriller, very interesting match there. While also we saw Spain versus Serbia. Spain defeated Serbia by 3-0, and of course Switzerland played out a 2-2 draw with Denmark. That was interesting results there. And of course, in the UEFA Nations League, we also saw some round of matches between Belarus and Luxembourg. That one ended 1-1. And of course, North Ireland defeated Bulgaria by 5-0. Interesting one there. But for the World Cup qualification over there in South America, it was Colombia who defeated Chile by 4-0. Interesting results there. But looking at the African Cup of Nations qualification, also, we saw Lesotho versus Gabon. Gabon defeated Lesotho away from home by 2-0. And Central African Republic also lost at home to Morocco by 4-0. Interesting one there. Botswana also lost to Cape Verde by a 1-0. Rather, Botswana defeated Cape Verde by a 1-0. And of course, Mauritania lost to the Egyptian by 1-0. That one ended in favor of the Egyptian. And of course, also looking at in the African Cup of Nations qualification series, we saw Sudan defeating Ghana by 2-0. Of course, that was a sad one for the football for the Ghanaians. Of course, a lot of people have come out to say that, jokingly come out that the Ghanaians, the president of Ghana should disband the Ghanaian football, because of course they've not been doing really well recently. But leaving there quickly, that's on a lighter note. We saw Niger losing at home to Angola by a 0-0. And of course, Chad also lost at home to Zambia by a 0-0. And of course, Sierra Leone defeated Ivory Coast by a 0-0. Also, we saw Tanzania versus DR Congo. That one ended 2-0 in favor of the visiting country, that is DR Congo. And of course, they've qualified for next year African Cup of Nations qualification, African Cup of Nations finals in Morocco. And of course, we also see Ethiopia losing to Guinea by 3-0 at home. And of course, Guinea-Bissau versus Mali, that one ended in a 0-0 draw. While we saw South Sudan losing at home to Uganda also by 2-1. And of course, Congo and South Africa played out a 1-1 draw. While Malawi and Senegal, that one ended 1-0 in favor of Senegal. An interesting round of qualification series there in Africa, of course, as you might want to put it. Of course, we also saw in the World Cup qualification, that's the 2026 World Cup qualification, we saw Iran defeating Qatar by 4-1. Yes, and also South Korea defeated Iraq. Iran defeated Qatar by 4-1, and South Korea defeated Iraq by 3-2. And of course, Jordan defeated Oman by 4-0, and Palestine and Kuwait played out a 2-2 draw. And of course, we saw Japan versus Australia played out a 1-0 draw. And China versus Indonesia. China defeated Indonesia by 2-1. Saudi Arabia and Bahrain played out a 0-0 draw. As that was that for the qualification series. That's for the World Cup qualification series. Also, in South America, we saw some results during the course of the midnight. Of course, it was Paraguay versus Venezuela by 2-1. That one ended in favor of Paraguay. And of course, we saw Uganda versus Ecuador playing out a goalless draw, while we saw Argentina versus Bolivia playing out a 6-0. Of course, the world champions defeating Bolivia by 6-0. Hat-trick for Lionel Messi in that game. Of course, we also saw Brazil national team defeating Peru by 4-0. Of course, that one ended in favor of Brazil national team. That was an interesting round of fixtures there in South Africa. Of course, that's for the World Cup qualification series. And of course, we also saw some matches for the CONCACAF UEFA Nations League that has to be with Costa Rica defeating their opponent by 3-0. They play against Guatemala. They defeated them by 3-0. And of course, that was how it ended in the UEFA Nations League. That is for the CONCACAF. Yes, leaving there quickly. let's talk about some stories also in the MPFL, as of course, or rather in Europe, as of course Thomas Tuchel is set to become the new English national team head coach. Of course, that is the Three Lions. Thomas Tuchel, as the reports that Thomas Tuchel has already agreed a deal with the English FA in order for him to become the new head coach of the English national team. Well, which time we'll definitely watch out for what Thomas Tuchel has to offer for the English national team, and of course the deal will be made will be revealed shortly between Thomas Tuchel and the English FA. Leaving there, quickly let's talk some stories also, as let's give you everything you need to know before we leave the studio this morning. Of course, 8 countries have already qualified for the African Cup of Nations tournament, which is going to be happening next year in Morocco. 8 countries have booked their place in the 2025 African Cup of Nations AFCON, which is going to currently to be happening in Morocco. That is the 8 countries are Congo, we have also Senegal, we have Egypt have also qualified, there is also Angola, we also have Cameroon, Algeria, Burkina Faso, and of course Morocco. These are the 8 teams currently. Of course, yesterday with yesterday games also, we also saw DR Congo, we were able to make it to AFCON come next year in Morocco. Yes, that is how it's going to be in Morocco. More than 8 countries already have booked their place, and then it's going to be a really interesting one to watch out for in Morocco next year. Of course, let's let you know that the Flying Eagles, that is the Flying Eagles, have departed for Wafubi on the 20 tournament in Lome. They are going to be defending their title. The Flying Eagles of Nigeria have left for Lome, that's the capital of Togo, ahead of the Wafubi on the 20 tournament. The team, which is led by coach Aleo Zeberu, of course, who is also the manager of Economy Warriors, have departed the Murtala Mohammed International Airport Stadium. Of course, they left yesterday, and of course, after completing their final phase of preparation at the Remo Stars training complex in Ikene, the squad is now set to defend their title in Togo. The Nigeria side, placed in Group B, will compete against Cote d'Ivoire and of course Burkina Faso in the group stage. The opening fixtures of the fixture rather is going to be on October 18, and of course the Flying Eagles are scheduled to play their first match against Burkina Faso on Friday, October 18 at 3 o'clock. That is for the local time. The encounter will take place at the stadium in Lome, and of course expect it to be a really interesting one. Let me quickly give you the full squad of the players that went to represent Nigeria. Of course, we have Nathaniel for the goalkeeper, he plays for Nasarawa United. We also have Ebenezer, who plays for Sporting Lagos, and then the defenders has to be Adamu Maigaru, we have Daniel Bayemi, we have Musa Adamu, we also have Aruna Aliyu, Kenneth Ugboge, and for the midfielders we have Raphael Oyebanjo, we have Nasiru Sailu, we have Mohamed and Olise, Divine, Israel Ayumwa, Ibrahim Abdullahi and Suleiman Alabi. For the forward, quickly we have Alonge Ibrahim Kaberu Aribe, we have Clinton Jafta, we have Charles Agada and Bidemi Amole and Musa Akinfewa. Yes, thank you so much. Let's quickly, this is the much we'll take on today's edition of Sports Wave on Unity Train. Of course, it's been a wonderful ride with you guys out there, and of course, big ups to everyone at the other side of the radio. Coming up next has to be the other segment of Unity Train with Kulbi. Of course, do well to stay tuned to Unity Train and Unity FM. I'm out of here. Do have a lovely day and stay out of trouble. Bye for now.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It kill love, it kill dreams. It land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Unity TV.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Unity. Unity TV.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.
Thank you so much, dear listener and viewer. It's good to know that you're still tuned with us on Unity 93.3 FM. This is Unity Trend, and this is the last segment. Don't forget, today happens to be Wednesday, and it's the midweek edition. So what we do is to make sure we give you some sports issues as we have them trending, even all the way from the first day of the week to the middle of the week. And so it was a wonderful time actually having my very own undisputed award-winning sport analyst Aremu taking you on Unity Trend Sports Wave from 8:30 to 9 a.m. and this will be coming your way every Wednesday during Unity Trend. And so I do want to believe and hope that you would find it worthy to be part of it every midweek. Thank you. This is now time for you to join the conversations, and the studio line remains the same, 070-3235-3315. This program is designed to give you the platform to participate in governance. You cannot afford to just sit back and you keep watching things happening in a time as this. And so you have to be part of those who make things happen. Okay, so say the thing when you see one. Let's talk about the things you've seen, and let's see how we can draw attention to those things and, of course, bring about good governance. The studio line is booting right now, and it's 070-3235-3315 is the studio line. You can equally send your text message to 0808-478-9999. For text messages alone, 0808-478-9999, and for a studio line is 070-3235-3315. Be a part of those who wants to make Plateau, Nigeria, and Africa that great continent that we have always been praying and hoping it should be. It cannot be without you saying it when you see it. Okay, so if you call, tell me your name and location in 1 minute. Let's have your submission, and stay away from comments that are capable of undermining the integrity of an individual or group of individuals. So let's begin to receive your calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you today? I am Bashir Dankoli calling from Jos.
Bashir, one time Dankoli, it's good to have you.
Thank you very much, Barrister, for your analysis.
You're welcome.
And my own contribution is about the issues of the local government election that holds last week.
All right.
And we call on the chairman, chairman just not local government. You should carry all people along. Everybody fought for you. Everybody is your own.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. This is my own opinion.
Thank you very much. Okay. Dankoli will always call. Yesterday too, he was with us on this platform, encouraging and emphasizing that the elected local government chairman, and of course they are now executive chairman of the various local government because they have been sworn in. And so Dankoli, since yesterday, he has been calling and saying that you should carry everybody along. Everyone belongs to you in as much as you are in Plateau and you belongs to one local government or the other. And so do what you ought to do as the executive local government chairman that you are to run an inclusive government. So, hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is Umar. I'm calling.
All right, Sadiq Umar, thank you so much for calling. Let's have you in a minute.
Yeah,
hello.
When we are talking about the local government election, I think it's an election that is what recommended compared to the first election that have taken. You see, when we look at process, I think there is much of improvement, even though there were some problems that because it has been well organized, and after most of the election, you have not heard of any other problem or any other concern. And before the election, we are very, very clear. We have been calling the only PDP that we have been doing for new campaigning for campaigning. Where are the other parties? With the free and fair primaries, you cannot able to reach their communities for campaigning. So the people do not know about them. So you see, the let's take the reality when it comes to democracy. Because all the people in the community are seeing the kind of parties that enter their community for campaigns. So you see, even though the person is imposed, if the persons are able to reach the community and place for their vote, I think that person is eligible to vote into the office. So I think the PDP have done a lot in campaigning. So the campaigning period, they will say that the election is free and fair. So you have to check, you know, you can the 14th election compared to the last election, the free and fair election. Because this election the spread of the people, it says that we have people are not coming out for voting. People are not coming out for voting. Those that have the right and the want to vote have come out to vote. So I think this election is free and fair. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, Sadiq Kumar. He's of the opinion that the recent local government elections in Plateau State, in his opinion, was free and fair compared to others in recent times. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good day.
Thank you for calling.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much for calling, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, it's good to have you. I can hear you. Hello?
Please, I just want to make a contribution into your program.
Okay, please. Your name?
I've been trying online for over 6 months.
Oh, my.
Actually, I get it today. You are speaking with Comrade Ezekiel.
Okay, Comrade Ezekiel, it's good to have you.
I've been trying to connect. It's always busy. It's always busy.
Yes, I apologize.
So I'm lucky today to get you.
No, we are the one lucky to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's good to have you.
My contribution this morning is that I want to call the attention of the new elected chairman and the councillors. We want to see the impact of democracy from grassroots.
Okay.
That is, if you can see the impact from the grassroots, I think they will help the community. If you walk around almost all the inner Plateau states, all the Anguas, there's no road there.
All right.
We are holding them. Since we have been told that they have the allocation direct to them.
Yes.
Please, they should come to grassroots. Let's have the impact of the democracy. This is what we have been fighting for. We thank God the opportunity is there now.
Okay.
So please let them use the opportunity so that the grassroots will know that we are in politics.
All right.
What is why we have been left behind.
Okay.
You check all the roads. There is no road in Plateau State.
Okay.
Go to other states. You went to inside and go and you see roads. But Plateau State, come to, I live in Franca.
Okay.
If you come to Franca, you will pity us. You will think we are in desert.
Oh, is that?
So we are calling on the new elected chairman. Please, if you look into us.
All
we
right.
need road in that area, please, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you for the program. God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
You are doing a great job.
Thank you very
So
much.
we pray for you at the station. God will bless all of you.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
I truly appreciate when you say a thing like that. It has a way of, it spurs us to want to do some more, okay? And we do extra, but for good, of course. Thank you. Give it to the management of Unity 3.3 FM for finding it worthy to have this platform still robust for your usage. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for calling. Hello, good morning. All right, 070-3235-3315. I'm so happy to know that finally someone whom has been trying for a very long time, for months, only today I got so lucky to have him connected, and he spoke to us about the need for grassroots development. You see, you may want to be part of it. Why not? Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling, sir.
Musa Aike calling you from Akwai.
Sir Musa Aike, it's good to have you. Let's talk about it this time.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
You see, when we are talking about democracy,
yes,
the true definition of democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
And with the people, if you allow me.
The recent elections we have been going throughout the different nations, among the 774 local governments. You see what will be worrying me as a person, the level of participation of the citizens. You can see somebody saying it's free and fair.
Yes.
You see somebody winning a local government election with 14,000, 16,000, and you say something is not wrong. Is that does it mean? Go and look at the average registered voters and look at the number of people who are participating. Gradually, trust are being reducing day by day. Is it the effect to the extent that you don't see anybody coming to participate that you know that something is wrong?
Wow.
The system should be working. If you come to FAC allocation, 56% is allocated to federal government, 24% is allocated to the state, and 20% is allocated to the local government. If we really mean business and we knew that this local government is nearer to me and you, why don't we allocate 56% to the local government? If we really want to get progress. So you see the environment is not conducive. When we try to protect the unprotectable, we will continue deceiving ourselves. Look at Soludo yesterday, he has signed a law in Anambra State that the local government has to be remitting some amount of money to the state. So whether you like it or not, there are something that you call organized makumaku, and there are something you call plain makumaku. So what are we talking about? We should be sensible enough. These chairmen, how many of them do you think, like the last caller has called, can be able to build concepts? They will do the primary health care, use your primary school. So all these things are what we need in the. You look at them, people in the rural area are migrating day by day to the urban area. That is the last basic community. They will to be working, my brother. Forget about all these table maintenance. It's my turn to talk. Stop now. You will talk at all.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ike Kalu. Okay, talking about democracy, being government of the people, for the people, by the people. If you will permit me, I will add with the people. If democracy, you have all of these, all for and by, without the with, then it's still something to look into. So I, by permissions anyway, could be, would love to say, with the people. That's what you have for democracy. Developments at the grassroots. Hello, good morning. Okay, you can be a part of it. 070-3235-3315. That's the studio line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kudu.
Good morning. It's good to have you already.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deomi, for calling,
God
sir.
continue to bless you, sir.
Amen, sir. Thank you.
You see a lot. And the major thing that matter most, Mr. Kudu, is that like Plateau, they are able to conduct themselves. And we're able to conduct a peaceful and wonderful election. You understand?
Yes.
Even if people are giving it to Plateau that they have not done anything, but at least they have tried. It's not they have this type of election on the Plateau.
Yes.
You know, they have done this. But the major thing that is supposed to matter to us is to see development. You see, when people see development, nobody will complain.
Yes.
Irrespective of the point. You understand, Mr. Kudu?
Yes, yes.
But on the other hand, people now coming out and saying, no, this is not working, that is not. This was the governor telling, even when he had a case, because he started doing something and people begin to see a lot of changes from the governor. What is the pedigree of the governor coming out from those local government elected chairmen? And on the other hand, Mr. Kudu, I want to just chip in on this issue of school cooking.
Okay.
A particular introducing a type of work for school. Hello, Mr. Kudu.
Yes, I can hear you. You are live.
So I said, if you are a learner now, you see, it's a major thing that the government is supposed to do first. Number one, take children out of the state. You understand?
Okay.
The number of out of school students are getting out of hand. And you are still good to introduce a workshop in the what who will be the teachers. Those that are going to see those children, are they educated to even have those knowledge? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this is one of the things they are supposed to do for us. And to conclude by this, if we are saying we want development as a grassroots, you see for 3 days now we've not been having light because of the collapse of the power grid. Is there no any other means to look for other source of light so that we can have electricity? This is what we are talking about. If it's possible that this local government chairman, thank God they have been given autonomy, and then look for other means to assist the state governor and even at the federal level.
Okay.
So what?
Are you there?
Hello.
Okay. You rounding up?
Hello, Mr. Kubi.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So the major thing I want to say, that's just the major thing I want to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adeomi.
It's collapsing. Can we see this local government chairman across Nigeria, not even only Plateau? See development coming to the local people. And this action is not going to be only on the president. The president has given autonomy to the local government chairman. Let them also do their best.
you very much. Thank you.
The way things are going, it's getting out of hand. Thank you, and God continue to bless you for your good.
All right, thank you. That was Mr. Dewumi, okay, talking about local government, not the election per se, but grassroots developments. And if you keep quiet and say nothing about your desire to have various local governments developed and bringing about primary healthcare facilities, a robust one, not just anyone's structures put in place, then you have yourself to blame. The platform is here for you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr.
Thank you so much for calling, sir.
Yes, I am Johnson Abok from Jos.
Oh, Abok, it's good to have you. So, what do we have for you? Yes.
I seriously want to appreciate you and appreciate the barrister for his input today. I wish he was also around yesterday.
All right.
Yes. Actually, this local government election.
Yes.
This is not the fact. Again, I score INEC and the plateau is 0.
0?
Because the outcome of the percent, the 100% should go to the citizens.
Okay.
For not putting us to violence.
Okay.
Because what they did was just a trigger to violence. If this was just a very nice robbery, that is just the reality.
Okay.
Look at how the state government ridicule planted, ridicule their party, ridicule people that work for the election. People were at the collection center, went to give a submission and they were doing, telling them in. Telling the traffic that what they are doing is better, telling the voters, telling the collection officers, all of them telling them what they are doing is just not what we are doing what we are doing.
Okay. All right.
These people were happy to go, these people that we are collected. We are the push of people. We have to go into the state and then go or do any project and say this is what we are doing for you. Because they won't do we are not the ones elected. Look at this. We are even surprised at the people that we are always lambasting and lalong for not doing the right thing. Look at this one. People who are the nation are not even we don't want to do what they were. We just want to.
All right. Okay.
All
right. All right. Thank you very much for.
I just can't like it for not taking us to violence.
All right.
I will not say that the court will do the right thing.
All right.
To give the people what in the case. Thank you very much.
All right, dear listener, you've heard it from our last caller, giving it to you that you did well, not tilting towards violence on the plateau. All the scores, all that would have been given to anyone who made it possible that we had the election was given to our dear listener for still making sure the plateau remained peaceful. And yesterday, the PPRO was in the station and he said it that plateau people impressed him that much for supporting and
hello,
making
good
sure
morning, Uncle B.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling.
My name is Abdullah Danzaki from Record.
All right, Danzaki, let's have a Danzaki kind of submission.
The next religion, Uncle B, which we are going to take, all of us let us return to God.
Okay.
When we return to God, everything we see is carried.
Okay.
All of us let us return to God. The only solution which we are going to do in Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you very much.
If we return to God by the grace of God, we will see change.
Okay. Thank you. All right, a big submission there by Danzaki. All of us return to God. Thank you. A text message here says, good morning, Unity Trends, the trend that is always on its track without derailing. I want to call on the attention of government that the ad hoc workers of SMC have not been paid for cycle 3 and 4, and tomorrow by God's grace we are going back to the field for the final cycle 5. We did the work but our wages have not been paid. It is unfair. God bless Unity FM. God bless Nigeria. Your name is not here, okay? You've not been paid after you've worked. It's a big one there to look into. Is an issue to actually see how we can put our heads together and make sure you get paid. Good morning, Kubi. The objective barrister Zaruma and the sports analyst. Kudos to the barrister for a wonderful and objective analysis. Honestly, in the recent local government elections, there was voter apathy because most people felt there will not count, and actually that was what played out. Notwithstanding, I want to encourage us to always come out and exercise our civic responsibility. One day it shall be better. Peace is priceless. Let's live in peace. God bless Unity FM, Plateau State in Nigeria. Christy Izank from Rukubaro. Right, Christy Izank from Rukubaro. Thank you. And Bulus Esther Homan and Franga say good morning. Kobe and the professor, the barrister in the studio. May God continue to bless. This one say good morning, CB and BZ, my